So yeah, that's the idea, and I guess progressively we'll invite more people on stage. But yeah, let's kick off with Dean. Dean, if you're there, it's up to you. Be great if you can give just a brief intro about yourself, what you're doing, and also some of the cool things that you're working on for the near future.
Hey, PG and Fred, how's it going? Thanks for letting us start off. So I have Aaron with me as well. For anyone who doesn't know what we are, what we do, so we're basically been for the last, I don't know, year and like 2 months, like a community central place for everything around Algorand gaming. We've had various different initiatives, such as we release a weekly newsletter with the updates from all the games that we track across the ecosystem. We have AMAs with developers, which we haven't had any this year yet, but we hope to have some soon. And then we just generally have a Discord and Twitter where we like to share all the information about what's going on during the week and get involved in the community and stuff like that. What we are doing though is we're currently at the moment developing a platform called Cooldown, which it will basically be released in parts over 2023, with the first part, which will be a Gamepedia, being released by the end of March of this year. And basically what that platform will be is like a central place for everything Algorand gaming. So the Gamepedia will be a place we can go on, search by different game types or various other different categories, get a page for each of the games on Algorand. So all the information you need, gameplay, videos, stuff like that, tokenomics, links, whatever else is requested by the game devs. And then there'll be a lot of other features that are added over time, such as a gaming-specific curated marketplace, NFT rentals for gaming as well, and a launch pad. But like I said, those will go out over the course of 2023. And if you are a new game, which we have not spoken to before, please feel free to reach out to us so that we can start following you and including you in our newsletters, and get you involved in the community.
Amazing. That sounds great. And like, I just want to reiterate for everybody out there in the audience, if you want to keep track of like everything that is going on within the gaming ecosystem on Algorand, you definitely want to follow Algo Gaming Guild. Join their Discord. They put out an amazing newsletter every week. And again, that's the best way. And also feel free to reach out to Dean and of course myself if you want intro, if you're a new game and you want to meet other fellow projects. Open door here. So yeah, feel free to reach out. I see Cosmic Champs is on stage. What's up, guys? Who's there? Maddie,
hey,
is that
PG.
you?
Yeah,
hey,
it's
how's
me,
it
Maddie.
going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Very, very excited about this 2023, regardless, of course, of all the bad vibes so far and like the market and everything. But maybe I'm too much into my little bubble and my rabbit hole, which is just working a lot with you guys and hearing like all the amazing things that you're building. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on across all the different games, so that gets me very excited. And speaking of which, I know you have a couple of announcements for the community. So why don't you take it away and provide an update and any call to action you have for the peeps out there.
Sure. I totally agree with you. I think regardless of what's happening in the market at the moment, there's a lot to be excited about for the future of Algorand and gaming on Algorand. There's lots of cool projects that are popping up. When we started building Cosmic Champs a year ago, there were very few gaming projects on Algorand. There was maybe 3 to 5 that I was aware of. And now it seems like there's 30 or 40 of these games that are building great things on Algorand. It's super exciting to see. I think the future is looking really bright. But in terms of what's happening with Cosmic Champs, we're getting ready for our Season 2 NFT Shuffle, which is happening on Thursday this week. So we've got private sale or private round kicking off at 11 a.m. UTC on Thursday. So only those who are on the allow list will be able to participate. But I can give away some allow list spots to listeners here in the stream today. So if you are here, how do you want to handle it, PG? Do you want to randomly select some people, or should we just ask who wants one, and then we just give it out that way? What do you think is the best approach?
Great question. Yeah, we can ask. I guess the first ones that comment here, maybe that could be that could be a good way. And then of course follow Cosmic Champs and join their Discord and get involved. Oh, I see one comment already. There you go. But yeah, that's probably a good way to go. But honestly, up to you, man. Whatever you feel it's best.
Well, drop a comment if you want one. Let us know, and depending how many people drop comments, if there's too many, we'll randomly select people from those that drop a comment. If there's, say 10 or 20, then we'll just give everyone one. So we'll just see how much demand there is. But I'm happy to give them out to people in the Algorand community. That's what we're building. A great project that we love, and we want as many people that are already in the Algorand community to get on board with us and all of the other gaming projects that are building on Algorand. And that's why I think this event today is so valuable, because it brings everybody across the ecosystem together to hear about all the great things that are happening on Algorand, and we get to celebrate that together.
I agree, and I'm seeing a lot of cross promotion between projects, which I love. A lot of the NFTs collections out there are doing like cross quests, and I think it's a great way also to grow the ecosystem together, and at the same time do free marketing at the end of the day. The core community we have here on Algorand is pretty strong, and honestly, it's organic. It has grown organically. I see a lot of people that are actually like friends and like met in real life, and it's again, it's just good vibes overall, and it hasn't been spoiled so far, I guess. One way you can see that is like, oh, there's less liquidity, less volume, less traction. But the other side of the same coin is that without all that speculation, we're actually able to again grow an organic community that is very aligned and is just working all together in the same direction. So again, I think that's pretty unique. Also, and I want to give you just a shout out, because I know you set a record sale recently. Is that so, Maddie?
Oh yeah, we had our highest NFT sale in Algo just a week or two ago.
All right.
Which was super exciting to see. One of our Inven, which is a season 1 character in our first season of NFTs, sold for 13,000 Algo, which was really, really exciting to see.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Before this Twitter space, I just had I have play with Maddie sessions where people from the community can come onto Twitch and play against me in our beta. And the person that bought that candle in the 13,000 Algos was there, and we just battled against each other, which was super cool. They're a new member of our community, and it's amazing to see them get so excited and be a part of the project in so many ways.
Did you win?
I lost.
No. Okay. I gotta come up as well. We have to play the rematch. So happy to do so. Maybe we can schedule something for next week. And actually, speaking of which, Maddie, can you just give just a brief intro to those of you out there that might not be familiar with Cosmic Champs? Just again, brief intro about what the game is, how to get involved, what's available out there today. Maddie?
The mic was muted. My bad.
Oh, there you are. No worries.
I forgot to unmute. So Cosmic Champs is a 3D play-to-earn mobile-first game that we're building on Algorand. And at the moment, we have our closed beta that's available. So if you do want to access that, drop a comment and actually send me a DM on Twitter. So send this profile a DM on Twitter if you would like to access the beta, and I can send you the beta path. So you do need to have an Android device. We don't currently have a build out for iOS. So if you have an Android and you are keen, drop me a message and I'll send you a beta pass so that you can play the game. But as I said, it is real time, so it's not a turn-based game. We are building mobile first, so you'll be playing it on your I guess for now Android, but we're hoping to have the iOS version out in say a few weeks' time, so that people with Apple phones can access it as well. And we are building a browser-based version of the game that we're hoping to release in maybe a month or two. So we really want to make sure that people can access the game in any way they want to. If you have a computer or a phone and an internet connection, you should be able to access.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
and
actually, I just realized that I didn't actually describe what the gameplay is like. So it's like a tower defense or tower rush style of game. So if you played Clash Royale before, it's similar to that. So it's a fast-paced, exciting game, and each battle's short. It lasts for 3 to 5 minutes. So it's a I guess a hyper-casual mobile game that you can just pick up and play at any time that suits you.
Yeah, I was able to play it in Dubai at Decipher, and it was a great game. It's like one of those games you can just play on the bus or the train on your way to work. It's a real quick matches. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the positive words. And that's the idea, right? It's not a game that you're going to sit down for 3 to 5 hours a day and play in one sitting. It's a game that you're going to fit into your life around things. So as you said, when you're sitting on the bus or you're on the toilet or between meetings, it's those moments where you have 10 minutes free or 15 minutes free that you'll pick it up, log in and play a few games. And that's the idea behind it.
I gotta confess, it has become my toilet game. I know it sounds bad, but yeah, that I did Clash Royale.
That's the biggest compliment you can give us.
I know it sounds bad, but that's what it is. So yeah, and again, like if any of you out there play Clash Royale, it's in the likes of it, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of Supercell overall. I played Clash of Clans for so many years, and then just switched to like Clash Royale because again, it's like, is that like easy? No, I don't want to say casual, but like definitely like it's less effort that you have to put compared to something like Clash of Clans, and it's also a great way to just like put yourself out there and maybe you even meet new people, but it's just such a great game, and I looking forward to the next iterations of the product because the beta is actually very solid, so kudos to you guys. But I can see so much. I mean, there is so much potential, and I can see so many different paths, and like again, getting very excited about like features that you guys can drop and all of that. So again, for everybody out there, keep yourself in the loop with what this team is doing because they're doing an amazing work. And again, just kudos to you guys. I just wanna jump to Jim since you commented on Cosmic Champ, and Jim and I have played also Alvatars together. I don't know if the Alvatars guys are out here, but that's another very cool game on Algorand. But Jim, you're building another very cool game on Algorand. You want to just give the people out there a brief intro about what you're doing and any next steps, any announcement you have?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm building a game called Ager Tactics, and the idea of the game is it's very similar to Hearthstone, where it's a competitive card game that it's strategy comes into play. It's very similar to Magic if you're more familiar with that, Magic the Gathering. And what we wanted to build is something that's more accessible to players and less pay to win. So our game, it's going to be very competitive and less kind of pay to win type structure that traditional card games typically are. So that's what we're aiming to do. We had our first gameplay demo showcase at Decipher in Dubai. It was the reactions were overall positive. but this quarter we're going to launch our closed beta to people that have the closed beta access key, and we're looking to get some really great feedback from that to make the next iterations a lot better. Cosmic Champs has been doing a great job with their closed beta and their feedback loops, and we're going to be doing something very similar with ours. Get feedback and then improve the next iteration, and have a full launch at some point later this year. So we're excited about that.
Amazing, and I am very excited as well. I always say, and like, I apologize to all the other games, but I just think that Aegir has the best art out there, and like, I hope everybody agrees with me. But
tell me more.
It's just so good, man. And maybe because I grew up with fantasy and being just a little fantasy geek, but it's just kick-ass. So for everybody out there in the audience, definitely go check them out. There's
our
oh,
art
sorry, Jim, go ahead.
studio is pretty top notch. They've actually worked on games like Supercell games and Dota 2, similar projects in that vein. So they're very skilled. So hopefully you won't be disappointed. Oh, I have one more announcement before sorry for stealing so much time. But,
no, go for it, Jim. This and again, like, I plan to run this for as long as people are engaged. So there's we have all the time in the world. So go for it.
Well, there's two announcements. One is we're going to be opening up our tools, our internal tools, this quarter as well, and that's for our asset management. So we're going to allow people to mint assets using ARC 19 and ARC 3, so that it's easier for them to edit and modify, and then also do clawbacks or freezes if needed on individual assets, as well as like airdrops to their holders. So these are all tools that we have internally, and we're polishing that up to give to the public. The other announcement is that our community is going to be launching Magic the Gathering tournaments in our Discord. So if people want to compete and win some prizes, they should jump over to our Discord and compete in Magic the Gathering tournaments with us for a chance to win something, some fun stuff. So that's about it. Sorry for stealing the time.
No, don't worry. That's awesome, man. And like, thanks for all the great work you're doing for the broader ecosystem. Honestly, like putting out tools that like other projects can use, I think it's crucial, and it's just amazing. So thanks for all the work. Just one quick question about like the prizes. What are these prizes? And also, like, I know Aegir has like already some quests that people can complete right now if they hold the NFT. So can you just speak a little bit about that?
Sure. So we're actually revamping our questing system as well. And basically, it's going to be changing from time to time. The questing system, the only thing I can reveal at this moment is that Aegir is going to be distributed. That's one of our tokens. It's going to be distributed with the questing system. And Nexus. Nexus is another gaming platform on Algorand, and they have a token that they offered us, and we're going to be giving that out as rewards as well for the questing system. And that version 2 is going to come out at the end of this month. The other thing, the prizes for the Magic the Gathering tournament, what we're doing is based off the buy-in from all the players. We're going to pool that together and kind of pick some random prizes for people. So it's going to change every time we have a different tournament. So nothing is defined yet until we have the buy-in from everyone.
Sounds great. Just quick question: do you support G Algo as well?
Yes, Yes. So during our sales and are you talking about for the Magic the Gathering tournament?
Overall.
Yes, we do. So Gialgo, I think everyone's aware of it, but it's a pretty unique idea that the folks finance team has come up with, and I think that it really unlocks a lot of potential there when you put your algos into governance. You can get Gialgos in return, and then you can spend those. So in the last, we did a sale, I want to say 2 months ago, and we allowed people to spend G algos to buy our assets, and we're continuing, we're planning to continue that as a form of payment for our assets in the future too.
Amazing, and I think it's a great way. Again, it gives more utility to the greater ecosystem. And I just want to remark the fact that like this was done like between the two teams. So like just you guys reach out to each other. You probably met at events and just like decided to collaborate. And this is exactly the great spirit that I love in the ecosystem. And also us as foundation, there's just so much we can do, and like the bandwidth is definitely limited. So like seeing all these connections being made between teams, I think it's amazing and wonderful. So thanks for doing that, for the great work. Keep it up, Jim. I mean, I know I love the project. You guys are doing an amazing job. So thanks for sharing the updates. I just want to move around. I see some new folks here. So Jan was probably first. So how's it going, man? So Jan from Zona. You guys are another project doing amazing stuff. I know you had some pretty exciting announcement this week and the past one. So why don't you give everybody out there just a brief introduction about Zona and some of the things that you guys have been working on?
Sure, mate. How are you, PG? Been a month, right? Been a month or two since we last spoke.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's good. It's good. All things good. How about you?
Yeah, doing really great. So we are still continuing with the PlayFi League. We've hit some serious good numbers with that. More than 100,000 total participations. 100 and nearly 120,000 NFTs, Game Pass NFTs that were claimed, and we recently hit 14.5 million total games played in the last quarter, since the last quarter that we launched. Total right now, our overall targets for, like, we just right I'm back in Dubai and at Adi's place, and we are going through our quarterly and yearly planning sessions, and we just got done with that, so set our yearly KPIs and stuff. And we are pretty much focused on mainly user growth and growing revenue, because right now, looking at the market conditions with all sorts of monetary policy tightening and stuff, it's clear that the focus for projects and businesses have shifted from like spray and pray and just burn and get more and more users and growth trajectory, to actually focusing towards generating real revenue. So we are uh, like actually broadening our strategic scope to more from just gaining users to focusing on revenue as well. And we have made some good progress, doing around 3,000 to 5,000 algos per day in terms of gross market volume, and planning to scale that up to around 10 to 15,000 algos per day by the end of February itself. Therefore, hitting somewhat around million to 2 million in gross market volume per month by the end of this quarter, and growing from there. And the targets around user growth are the same. And this is pretty serendipitous that we are speaking today itself, because we just hit 350k users today, and daily active users are still doing well, around 15 to 20,000. We saw a bit of a dip because of the holiday season, because everyone's more busy spending time with the loved ones, and so rather than playing games. But we have seen the uptake again after the season went off. Did some pretty great stuff with the creator program, got around 1,500 to 2,000 YouTubers, small time micro YouTubers, micro influencers, and big time influencers creating videos for us. like around 3,500 total videos created by these guys, all of our creators from the creator program in the last month itself. Overall, yeah, pretty solid. We, like, as you know, like, we've had a very solid last quarter as well. Launched a bunch of different gaming categories with the hyper casual games, fantasy sports, AAA games, all of the things that were there in the roadmap. Everything's delivered up until now. uh, the marketplace, which was a surprise launch from us for the community and for the whole world, is also live. So right now you can use Zone tokens and Algorand to come to the Zone marketplace and buy over 100 like gift cards and real world real world gift cards and real world products directly from 100 plus brands on Zone itself, directly using both Zone and Algo. We are going to be soon adding USDC as well. One another very powerful integration is in our pipeline for development, which is a USDC based a cross settlement pool. So what is going to happen is that people from different chains are going to be able to come in and directly pay USDC, pay and come in and compete without, like, we can be totally chain agnostic in those particular pools, and therefore increase the total exposure to the Algorand ecosystem in terms of gamers directly coming in and interacting with us. And yeah, overall, one more big launch that is coming in that I gave a bit of hint about to Cooper a couple of days back, which is that we are launching the player versus player format as well. Up until now, on our gaming segment, on the hyper casual gaming segment, we had tournament format only, which was doing pretty well. Like two different kinds of tournament formats. One was ranking based, the other was the team versus team thing, and now we are doing direct player versus player formats as well. So people can directly come in, and there will be an automated matching system which will match people based on their skills, which will be directly taken in from how they have performed in the recent past in terms of their win to loss ratio, in terms of their total winning in the recent past, in terms of the number of games played, and an average weighted score will be used through which we'll be matching players automatically and solving a major problem of uh, problem of matching skill levels while competing. So pretty much a very exciting quarter ahead for us. Our processes are set, KPIs are set, and we are ready to go full throttle.
Oh man, this was awesome. Thanks a lot, Sam, for all this great recap. And I mean, it's exciting stuff overall. Like, great numbers, and like, I wonder why people say Algorand is a ghost chain. Just by looking at you guys, you're doing amazing. Plus all the other great projects out there. So keep it up, and like, driving adoption is key. And like, one thing I want to just show it with the rest of the audience here is just like, and I think like all the builders here definitely agree with me, but I want the community to be on the same page here. Like, games can be the vessel to drive. I don't want to say mass adoption is definitely like a big buzzword that has been thrown around too much in this industry, but like real adoption, like these are like consistent numbers. And if we see if we look at like the overall active users in blockchains, they're not that great. Dapprater put out a report a few weeks ago, and I think they tracked like a total of like 2.5 million unique active wallets across all different chains. Those are like ridiculous numbers if we compare it to like Web 2. So games can definitely be that vessel, and just looking at like how many people play video games in the world. So I think we're all bullish here on this side of things, but I wanted to relay this message with the community. And just again, shout out to the Zone team for what they're doing. I think it's amazing, and bringing new users to Algorand, building for the greater ecosystem, and like also taking the cross and multi-chain approach. I think it's great. Again, that's the word we're going towards. So that's great. And actually, a little segue, since we're talking about like cross-chain and multi-chain. I see Nico from Milkomida and Paima Studios this year, and that's actually a pretty pretty interesting technology that would actually enable that. So, Nico, I would love to give the floor to you, and to the other speakers. Please hold on a little bit. There's definitely a lot of people here that need to speak, but I think it was a great segue. So, Nico, floor is yours. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you're building?
Sure. Thank you. So my name is Nico Arqueros. I'm one of the co-founders of Mil Comida. So Mil Comida, for the ones that don't know, we are giving EVM capabilities for Algorand. We are a layer 2 solution. We use fraud proofs to make this secure. So in some manners, you can think of Mil Comida A1 for Algorand, similar to what Optimism or Arbitrum are for Ethereum. But we are not so much thinking about scalability because likely Algorand is really good with scalability, but rather we are using this layer 2 to bring another virtual machine into the Algorand ecosystem. And to connect with gaming, what is Paima and how Mil Comida connects to gaming is that usually when you look at an ecosystem, you can categorize what is being built on top of this ecosystem, maybe in multiple ways, but a way that I like to think of is that we can have DeFi. And usually when you go to platforms like DeFi Llama, you can see, oh, this is the TVL, this is like what's being built in DeFi, but also there is other things. A lot of you already have NFTs as avatars, so you can already know that, oh, there is also NFTs in this ecosystem. And there is other two DAOs, which a lot of you already know, but it hasn't had that much traction. A lot of this is not so much about the tooling or development experience, but mostly about like more clarity in everything that's related to regulation. And the one that I'm actually the most bullish in terms of like usage, which is gaming. And this is the fourth category. So we have seen a lot of projects that are like what we call like gaming 2.5, which I think they're good, and but they're like only one part of like the entire gaming experience that you can have in blockchain. Like there is like also DeFi that's like decentralized, but not completely decentralized. They're like semi-decentralized. And gaming 2.5 basically is like centralized games with NFTs that are on-chain. So what if actually we have like fully decentralized games? Because that's actually what we want, something that doesn't rely on like third-party servers that maintain this, like the status of the game, that anyone can play. And you can also read yourself, like you can have other developers building add-ons. So it's like way closer to like an open source ecosystem, but for gaming, which is really cool. A lot of times what we have seen for other like really famous games like World of Warcraft, Dota, and some other, they're like closed source. You don't have an API as a developer to know what's going on. This is only available for that company. So what we believe as for blockchain and the spirit of crypto is that this to be open source, that anyone could like connect, create like mods and create other things on top of the games. And that's why I'm supporting this other company called Paima Studios that's like creating exactly that decentralized, totally decentralized gaming. And what do this means is that actually every move, everything that happens goes to the blockchain. So anyone that's looking at the blockchain, they can reconstruct everything that happened in the game. And this is really cool because like actually you don't rely on servers, and you can have like connection between different wallets. And this actually is like I was saying, like a little bit closer to the spirit. And in Paima, we are working in the game engine, and maybe you have heard of like different game engines for gaming, and how is this different? That, for example, if you have heard of Unity or Unreal Engine, they're like more of like the front end. So an analogy could be like something that helps you like develop the design of the web page. And what we are building with Paima is like the backend. So you can think of this like Node.js or Express or some other framework that you use in the backend for like the database, all of that. But we are creating this for blockchain. So we work together with Unity and Unreal, so you can use both of them. And the idea of this engine is that it's going to be closed source, so it's going to be open for everyone to create their own decentralized games. And even further, we are already working in multiple games that are going to be releasing and on A1, which is really cool. And even further, we're implementing some specific features. So if you're an Algorand user and you don't want to install MetaMask or other wallet, you don't have to worry because you're going to be able to use Spera Wallet or my AlgoFi to play these games. And this a little bit of what we are working on. We started with a casual game that's going to come soon to Algorand, which is called Jungle Wars, and where this works together with NFTs. So if your NFT acts as your account. So for example, if you want to compete with multiple people, you have won 10 times. Because this is decentralized, we can assign like how much you have won to that one specific NFT. So this also opens up the possibilities of create like Web3 experiences, which is something that we are looking to be able to do with multiple companies, because a lot of companies, they want to maybe not to be in crypto, but be in Web3, and they want to get more like user experiences. For example, I don't know, I'm going to make something up. Hopefully it makes sense. A company wants to be able to promote like tourism, for example, in, let's say, Japan, in Kyoto. So how we can make a better experience that we have in Web2. So basically, maybe we can have some NFTs that could be open. It doesn't need to be exclusive created by them. It could be some of the ones that are created. So maybe you can use your NFTs to like sign some messages or like interact with like a specific point. So there could be like an app that can read your Algorand NFT. So you can sign a message in a specific location using some of like the phone features. So you can start assigning like your NFT some value. So for example, if you go to 20 different locations across Japan, you can receive a specific price. So the progress of this quest, of this task, will be assigned to your own NFT. And this is really cool because not only we're allowing companies or even like governments to create like Web3 experience, we are also connecting them with NFTs, which is kind of cool. And we open up other set of possibilities. So this is like a little bit of what we're working on. I don't know if I'm talking too much, so I wanted to let TT to let me know if
No,
I should
this
continue.
was great. No, this was great, Nico. And actually, I'm wondering, like, all that you described is what you call stateful NFTs, right?
Yes, exactly. So the idea is that right now we have the normal NFTs that we get that are really cool, and it's like we start thinking, oh, what if like I use my NFTs on some things, like for example the ones that I was mentioning for tourism, or even maybe for games. Can I improve my NFT? So there is also this type of NFT that's called dynamic NFTs, where you can like sort of like update your NFT, but you need to give permission and the smart contract of the NFT to third parties that usually are oracles. But you need to do this on chain, so you need to pay transactions fees. And if you do this very often, it could be expensive. And also there is this other class of NFTs that we have been working on that's called stateful NFTs. And the idea of the stateful NFTs is that you don't need to be upgrading the NFT on chain, but you follow what's happening on chain with an indexer, so you understand the state of the NFT. So for example, going back to that example about like using NFTs to like quest for tourism or some other stuff, you can just see the blockchain, like when you send these transactions, assuring your location that your NFT has done all of these things.
Amazing. This is great. Thanks a lot. And just one last quick thing, Nico, if you don't mind. Like, what are the best tangible call to actions for the community to get involved? Whether you're a dev that maybe has written some Solidity code and wants to maybe redeploy it on Algorand, what's the best way to get started and maybe get some advice from you guys, and any other call to action you have for the community?
Yeah. So right now, I don't have one specific one. We are onboarding some partners that want to use this platform to create like completely decentralized games, and also we're going to be deploying the first games that are going to be available on Algorand. So we are like very excited about that. Hopefully this should happen in the next few months. And so after that, I'm going to have more calls to actions, but we are getting very close and the development is going well. I have other updates about Milk Comida, but that's for another Twitter Spaces.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot. I actually see there's you guys are running another concurrent Twitter space right now. So that's pretty cool. I see you guys are very active overall. So thanks for doing that. And thanks for all the updates. This was great. I guess from a Nico to another, Nico from Trontorian, calling you out. Why don't you introduce yourself, introduce Trontorian overall, tell us a little bit more about your roadmap and the next things you guys are going to be dropping and things you're currently working on.
Sure, thanks, PG. Hi, everyone. My name is Nico. I'm the CEO of Delve. We're developing Trontorian, which is it's a mix of games. It's actually a multiplayer massive online game, space theme game. You can think of two different play modes. One would be the Fleet Commander. Imagine a 4X game, like Stellaris or Endless Space, but persistent in real time, of course. And the other side is what we call Space Tycoon, which takes place on the planetary systems, right? Where the metaverse and everything that we're building is going to be. We started building about over a year ago. It's a large game, and what we've released a lot of art and a lot of things over the past months, but we are actually turning everything over. We have a new art director that joined our team. He's a former AAA. He's amazing, and we're actually putting all the level a little bit up on our graphics. So we're going to be releasing new art soon. We have completely repurposed the races. We have 3 races. We are completely repurposing the spaceships as well. And we've been talking a lot. I've personally been writing a lot of articles about blockchain and gaming and what I believe that everything should be. And this week, I believe tomorrow or Thursday, we're going to be releasing the first series of technical articles. So the community gets to see an idea of how we're building the game, the architecture, what it takes to build a game, how to build or how we are building a large project in Unity. So that's pretty cool, and it's going to be technical, but that's pretty cool. And in terms of our roadmap, we have shortly, I'm talking this Q, we're going to have an internal playable alpha that we're going to be playing around, and it's going to be pretty interesting. It has we already have all the server multiplayer gaming on. We're working on a lot of details. We're very picky about architecture, so we take our time. But aside from that, in terms of Algorand, for those who don't know, we've also explained a little bit on an article, but Algorand does have the best technology out there in blockchains, and we are leveraging a lot of the details and a lot of the features we have for the game using Algorand, such as fractional NFTs and and a couple of other things that Algorand is providing. Not only the speed and everything that we know, but a lot of details about their NFTs that are pretty amazing. So we expect to have a playable, closed alpha, playable, closed beta, open beta, and then release within this year and early next year. And we are doing something different in terms of the token economics of the game as well. We're not issuing any token. We believe, and I personally believe, that it's better for us to use algo as our main currency. We do have a game that is based on NFTs, spaceships and land, and we're going to have sales for that closer to the game release. we are more traditionally building, if you may. So personally, we've been working with the Algorand team very closely. They're amazing. So if I don't know if here the audience is more developers or players, but if you're a developer, definitely it's a team that, you know, it makes very nice working with them, and the technology is amazing. I don't think there's anything better out there.
No, thank you. Thanks for that. Definitely, we all know on the tech side. Maybe on the team side, it depends who you ask. I know some people out there are a little bit salty, but we try to do our best. Again, it's it's bootstrapping a layer one ecosystem. It's a hell of a job, just overall. And there's no playbook for it because nobody has done it before. I mean, we can just learn from the Ethereum crowd, I guess, but that's about it. So we try our best, and definitely a lot of it, and that's, I guess, also the beauty of this industry. A lot of it is on the shoulders of the builders, right? I love what Sayan was saying before. Is like on 2023, we're focusing on revenue. Because guess what? You're building a product at the end of the day. You're just using this you're building on a decentralized network, leveraging all the core properties of blockchains that we all know and we all love. And that's why we're all here to begin with. But at the end of the day, you are building a product. So on our end, we try to help as much as we can. And again, just want to apologies to those out there that, might have felt we haven't been too close. Again, like it's for example, with gaming, it's just me. I try to be an open door to everybody. So again, this is also, if you want to reach out, feel free. I'm here. But again, just it takes time and patience, and it takes a common effort. So thanks, Nico, also for your fun leadership overall. I really enjoy all your articles, and I highly recommend the community to go check them out. Follow Nico, follow Trontori, and get involved. And yeah, check out his articles because they're good pieces overall. Any last remark, Nico? Any call to action you have for the community?
Just, it's been tough times. We all know, but for on the gaming side, we don't have to forget that gaming is entertainment. I totally agree with what you said before about gaming being one of the best onboarding vessels for blockchain, and I'm not the only one who believes that. People, very much smarter than me believes that. And like you said, there are a couple of million DeFi wallets, and there are a couple of billion players out there. And I think we have the pleasure and the privilege of creating games that provide people enjoyment, and we just don't have to lose focus. So on our end, that's the idea that I want to communicate, right? Let's keep building games. Let's keep working together. We have somebody on the team that handles a lot of the relationship with other projects. His name is Manu. You can reach him in Discord. Definitely reach out if there's anything we could do, something to promote game or anything to help out. Definitely reach out. So we're here for the ecosystem as well.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, Nico, for sharing all of this. I want to pass it on to Loaf and Harley and Yolo. What's up, guys? Loaf and Harley and Yolo and I talk a lot, and they're just amazing members of our community. It's just we're very lucky to have them around. I know, Loaf, on your end, you guys are running the races as always, but there's a little bit more spice to it. And actually, I think you've just done a race with HNY. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit more about that?
Hey everybody, thanks for having us up. I'm Loaf, or Joe, however you prefer. I'm the community manager and strategy for the horses. We originally started as a regular NFT series, but in our early days, we were thinking to ourselves, like, you know what, it'd be fun if we could race these horses. And then since the series name was Stupid Horse, It was suggested to us that it'd be fun if they could go forwards and backwards. So since then, we sort of built out into a full Discord game. We've connected it to the web. We have a full web integration now. We're actually going to be releasing an update today, which is our first dive into real strategy for the game as well. Players could start using items that will influence the race. So we're really excited about that and just kind of how our path has transgressed. But like as you said, we recently had an event with H&Y. They're another great project. I love working with them. I love working with Hurley and Yomo. And we built in November a collaborative racing series, so we can have NFTs from across the ecosystem come into our Discord, and we enable their assets. And for a limited time period, they come and they could race, and holders get to meet each other. Helps build communities. And then recently, at the start of the year, we actually partnered with the Algorand Foundations for a award distribution program, just to help bring engagement and help bring the spotlight to other projects on the blockchain. So if you race in our server, you're able to qualify for rewards that are sponsored by the Algorand Foundation and from the projects that we're collaborating with it ourselves. And as you're having fun, you could also win prizes. So it really helps in terms of getting people together and just enjoying like the functionality that Algorand has to offer.
Amazing, yeah, and I'm very excited personally. I think this is a great way to just like improve engagement overall, and like as you're having fun playing a game, hanging out with some other people, and then you can win algos. I think it's a great way, to just live the life, and who doesn't want to do that? So very excited that you guys are doing that, and I don't know who's there, Hurley or Yolo, if you guys wanna give us a brief intro about Bork and also what you're doing, what you're building, and your roadmap, that'd be great.
Hey, yeah, it's Yomo behind the account here. I think Hurley had to jump off for a meeting, and I'm kind of in between meetings, but thanks for having us up. Just want to echo what Loaf said. I truly believe what Loaf Pickle and Thirstover have built with Tiny Horses is something that really engages the entire Algorand gaming community and has really been put to test in terms of overall uses and really building the community. They've just done a tremendous job. So any project that's looking to build gaming into anything, pay attention to what Thirstover and Loaf Pickle are doing. But to go into a little bit about Borks, first of all, real quick, I don't think we've had anyone do this yet. So I want to make sure that someone gets a free NFT from this. So it's going to take maybe a second to upload.
All right.
But I'm pinning a tweet up here. So if you go ahead, I don't really know the best way to do it. So if you know how to retweet or like, I'll just go ahead and run like an RNG at the end of this. So if you go ahead and retweet or like what's above the H&Y NFTs Borks, I'll go ahead and gift a free Bork to y'all. But real quick and short and sweet, this project is run by Eric Hurley and then also me, Eric Moses, two best friends that used to live 3 houses away from each other back when we were about 12, 13. Always big into gaming, huge RuneScape players back in the day. And really what we're trying to do here is relatively simple. We've heard a lot of complexities and stuff today. I would say that our project is built mainly surrounding fun, usability, and just frictionless gaming. So what we're doing now is we've put out our first game, which is a Galaga or a Space Defenders game. That's a play-to-earn game that you can enter for weekly raffle prizes and daily raffle prizes and things of that nature. But what we're really looking to do is build out a full arcade where you can take your Bork and go into games like Pac-Man, go into games like Space Invaders, go into games like Snake, and use a $15 NFT or whatever it may be at that time to go and play a plethora of games. So in terms of our 2023 goals, we reached 520 active wallets within the past few months of the game and over 110,000 explorations or plays of the game. So in 2023, we want to reach 1 million plus explorations. I think we're on pace for that. We want to reach 1K active wallets, and we want to make sure that we add that second mini game. And our overall vision is to try to become a Launchpad-esque hub for projects to add utility. So Borks are intergalactic by nature. Thus, when they explore, they can land at a place like a Mingo planet, like a Thirstover Tiny Horse Planet and play a mini game that's related to that project, earning that native token from that project as well. So again, kind of going to what you were mentioning, Pidgey, earlier, trying to just intertwine and make sure that we can build out fun within our own project, but also not leave anyone behind that's building out new projects in the ecosystem and all that type of stuff, and allow them to maybe build out some utility for themselves as well. Similar to what Loaf Pickle and Thirstover are doing.
Amazing. I love it. And hell of a hard game, I gotta say. I'm getting a little better, but you guys know that I've been sucking at it for the first time. So trying my best, but I'll definitely improve. But definitely, I want to encourage everybody to go check them out. Just get involved. These are like some real algo OGs right here. So amazing community. Get involved and just follow them because they're just doing amazing job. So thank you guys. Oh gosh, there's a lot of new people. Speaking of OGs and. I see a few one. Maybe we can go to Algo Leagues. What's up, guys? How is it going? And speaking of engaging community, I love to. Oh, I hear a hiccup, but yeah, I leave the floor to you guys.
Hey, PG, how you doing? Hey, Algo fam. Eddie here, creator of the Algo Leagues. Really excited to be in this space with everyone. You're all killing the game. Shout out to Cosmic Champs and Avatars for their recent demo. It was awesome. Had fun playing games. But the Algo Leagues, I'll be short and sweet, is a play-to-learn superhero and blockchain-themed NFT story unfolding on Algorand. You can collect our NFTs to stake, play the daily Discord battles game, Block Wars battles game up to 2 times, upgrade our NFT rarity on via Fusion Chamber and Algo Gems. We have weekly trivia where we reward our players with Algo Leagues coin and Nexus ASA. And we have other, what we call hero missions and bounties to engage the community. You can do any of the things in our community to earn our token. We're big on participation rewards, similar to Algorand. Our token can be used on Algo Gems for listing and purchasing NFTs in the Algo Pod community and Angels of Heirs community. So you can check out those projects as well and utilize our token there. We're currently working on a completely new Block Wars experience, which I'm really excited about. 2023 is the year of the new for Algo League, so we'll be also working on a new website that's more aesthetically pleasing. I hate our current website. It was sort of a placeholder. It was a fast-paced year for us. But we also have new characters and storyline for V1 that I'm really excited about as well that are in development. We should be releasing those by the end of Q1, early Q2 this year. More ALC utility is to come. We have new project collaborations that I'm excited about. So you'll be seeing that come out soon. Really big on intra-collaborative efforts that are mutually beneficial for everyone in the ecosystem. That's our sort of like value, if you will. And we're also working on really cool merch that we hope will aid in adoption. I think we have some really cool characters and our artist is amazing, so he's creating some things that people will want to wear, and hopefully that can help spread the Algo fan message. And my call to action for you all is just to check us out. You know, we're a small group of 3. We don't have any major backing. We're community driven. We're grassroots, truly to the core. And so we're supported by any of the NFT sales that we have. Feel free to jump in. Everybody is friendly in our community, and I'm always available to help if you have any questions about Block Wars or Algo Leagues in general. And if you're another project and you want to work with us, my DMs are always open to anybody. So any Algo fam. So much love, peace to everyone, and shout out to everybody who has shown us love. Thank you, PG, for calling me up and having me a part of the space. I really appreciate it, man. Hope to see you at NFT NYC.
Oh, you can count on that, and of course, you know that. And thanks again for all the great work and for updating the community. I want to jump to another OG here, Cliff. I'm calling you out here. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Pretty good. Having a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. So, Cliff, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Alchemon, I guess, for those of you, like the people out there that might not be familiar with it. One of the first OG games on Algorand, and also like what you guys are, working on, what you have on your roadmap. And again, I mean, you know the spiel, but the floor is yours.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, my name is Cliff. I'm the CEO and co-creator of Alchemon. We are the first play-to-earn game on Algorand, and we've got our game is live on Windows and PC, or Windows and Mac right now. You have to download it to your computer, which right now we're working hard on getting it to mobile, so anyone with a browser can play. Basically, you get some inexpensive NFTs, and you can battle them and level up in game and earn tokens and rewards. And we're currently building out the infrastructure of all the things these tokens can do into our own little ecosystem. So yeah, very excited for gaming and what's happening on Algorand and what everyone's building.
All right. Well, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say you can check us out at alchemon.net. We have NFTs for sale there. You can get them on the aftermarket. We have large mints, so the creatures you can get your own copies of them and level them up to legendary and epic and legendary creatures and use them in battle.
Nice. One question that is probably just for you, are like definitely you're probably one of the best person to answer this, Cliff. Like, what do you see has changed? So, like, you know, since you started the project in this past year or so, within the ecosystem overall. Also on the technical side, some things that got you excited about the protocol development and just overall tooling and accessibility overall on the Algorand side, and also just maybe a little bit of lessons learned and tips that you can share with like those projects that might be newer, or those founders out there that might be thinking of starting a game on Algorand. What are some of the things that you can share with them?
Yeah, probably the biggest thing is the amount of security that people need to have. You know, like one thing that we did not anticipated when we started is people will do whatever they can to break your game and steal things and stuff like that. So, you know, that's one of the biggest things, is definitely make sure you have your security down. Yeah, that was a hard lesson learned. You know, we had to rebuild some things, but it was definitely a good lesson to learn. So that's probably the biggest one that we just didn't anticipate, of how vigorously people would go after that. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Also, you know, just keeping the community involved. You know, definitely want to bring fun to the blockchain, which is our purpose. And we're also trying to add some more, you know, social aspects to Alchemon, because right now you're just playing by yourself. So we definitely want to add a lot more social aspects, which is something that is exciting. And, you know, we definitely want it to be more, a lot more involved in the community, which, you know, is not always easy, but as long as you're there for the community, they're usually there for you. So just make sure you're building a strong, good community. And yeah, those are probably the two biggest things I would say to people that are up and coming or want to build their own games.
Love it, man. Thanks a lot, and make sure you follow Cliff and Alchemon overall. Again, just some real OGs here. So thanks for all that you've done really to this ecosystem, Cliff. Really, really awesome, and thanks for sharing your insights. I think there's definitely very, very valuable for all the newcomers out there. Let's see who's here. Z-Circuit. Chip, is that you? How's it going, man?
Hey, PG. Actually, this is Devin.
Oh, okay. Sorry, man.
I
had to guess. 50-50. I got it wrong. How's it going?
We're on the general account anyways.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. I'm Devin, and one of the co-founders of Z-Circuit, and I'm here with Chip, as PG alluded to, my partner. So we want to tell you a little bit about Z-Circuit. We've been in the Algorand ecosystem just over a year now. I think we just crossed the threshold. Doing a lot of development on our decentralized racing management game. We say racing management because our gameplay will be focused around the strategic decisions a driver makes, more so rather than the reaction times of a player sitting behind a wheel. So big strategy emphasis. And also, we really value decentralization. We're focusing on building a game that is not just built on Algorand, but actually runs on Algorand, similar to what Nico from Milka Media was alluding to earlier. I hope he appreciates that emphasis from us. And so, we've been a little quiet for a while, especially over the holidays here, but we've been hard at work, and we wanted to take this Twitter space as an opportunity to drop some previously unannounced details about how car NFTs will work within Z-Circuit's gameplay. So a brief overview for
alpha.
Oh yeah, always leaking alpha. The brief overview for any new listeners or people who haven't heard about us. Our gameplay, players start as a spectator, where you're watching races, you're learning the rules, and you're attempting to predict the race outcomes. Also, you can earn in-game assets. Players will use these assets to earn car NFTs in a way that's a little unique to other games. Our NFTs are unique in that there's an infinite supply, and the way we accommodate that supply is players will be, we take a loot box style approach to unlocking cars. So players will use their game assets to buy loot, open their loot to unlock the cars. When you're opening your loot, a car will be created with 4 stats. It'll have speed, braking, handling, and acceleration. Pretty basic. And now that you have a car, you'll be able to transition to your next role as a player, actually entering races and being a racer yourself. Part of being a racer, I need to customize my car and make sure it's the optimal fit for the given racetrack. The way I do that will be by equipping parts onto my car. These parts will fit into a 3x3 grid, kind of like a tic-tac-toe board, where if I were to connect 3 parts of a similar or the same type, I'll unlock bonuses for my car's performance. So as you can imagine, this 3x3 grid is really important for the potential of a car, but not all cars will have the same potential, which means this 3x3 grid, not all cars will have all the slots on the 3x3 grid available to them. Some cars will have slots permanently locked. And how many slots you have locked and ultimately the potential of a car will be determined by the car's star rating. This will range from 1 to 5, where if I have a 1-star car, I probably have a handful of slots blocked off, which limits my potential. A 5-star would have the full 3x3 grid available to them. Finally, while we're talking about unlocking potential, cars will have a progression system. So as I'm entering my car into a race, I'm earning experience from my car. And as I'm leveling up the car, I'll be unlocking more and more of my stats. And it'll unlock, temporarily lock slots on that 3x3 grid. So as I'm reaching certain level thresholds, I'll be able to equip more parts and unlock more potential of the car as I'm leveling it up. And finally, anytime we're talking about NFTs, I feel like we have to talk about cosmetics. And I'm basically going to hand wave it because neither me or Chip, we're just not artists. We're not designers. So we are looking to defer decisions around cosmetics. We think the cars by themselves have enough utility and value proposition with the current iteration. But our action item, our call to action for this Twitter space is we want to hear from the community. What are some ideas around car NFT cosmetics that you'd like to see? Do you want to see different body types? Do you want to see more than cars, different types of vehicles? And then, do you want your cosmetics to be constant, or do you want them to be more dynamic? This is the type of feedback we're looking to gather. And that's all I got. Thank you for letting us speak here.
Of course, man. Thanks for the update. I guess best way to keep in touch is just following you on Twitter and just join the Discord. And for all the feedback and the questions, just reach out to these guys. They're doing amazing work. And thanks for the update. And looking forward to more in the coming months. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Arash, how's it going? I love to hear one of the newcomers. So maybe the community is not super familiar with what you're building. So why don't you give a brief intro and just update everybody about what you're working on? And it's something I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Hi, PG, and hi to all Algorand Vibrant gaming ecosystem. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And thanks for holding this space. That's amazing. I'm Arash from Main Hero Game Studio, developing Nature Awakens game. Our vision is to creating long-lasting online games utilizing Web3 infrastructure. Our team has the experience developing games for a decade, and also we won the first place in the Algorand hackathon in 2021. And I want to tell some about our game that we are developing. By Nature Weekend game, we want to bring for users a unique gaming experience using the various features that blockchain infrastructures brings to us, because we love games at first, and we love our audience so much. And unlike low quality games that we all see that are distributed in the blockchain ecosystem nowadays only for generating profits, we are creating a high quality game and long lasting blockchain game. And in our game, the user will act as a defender of nature and can battle destroyers of the environment and save nature, as well as playing versus other players is somehow similar to the vision of being a carbon negative of Algorand. And in this game, it's extremely imperative to make the right decision in the game in order to obtain the desired outcome of the user, and with the freedom to use a wide variety of characters that they have very different and exceptional abilities and styles. We think the user can accomplish his goals in his own unique way, and each user can make very unique way to achieve his goal in the game. And also, we are currently in earlier stages of our game, but many details will be announced soon in our social medias. So stay tuned with us.
All right. Thanks a lot. Oh, sorry. Last thing, Arash.
Oh, thank you. We also like to be in touch with other projects in the Algorand ecosystem for different ways of partnering. So it's very good to be in touch with each other.
Right on. Thanks a lot. Let's see. There's definitely Gani's been around here for a while. So Achilles, how's it going, man? Just want a little disclaimer here. Achilles is from Argentina and his English is not the best, but it's definitely good. So maybe there's a little bit of an accent as there is with me. So please bear with it. But if you need him to repeat anything, just feel free to drop a comment. But Achilles, the floor is yours. How's it going, man? Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Gani?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi.
sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I am Achilles. I'm from Argentina. I am the CEO of Gani. I try to explain you what is Gani. Gani is a third-person shooter where you can play free online with your friends. In Gani, you will be able to upgrade your weapons with different accessories that will change their stats. You will also have a cute friends called Inugi. These Inugi are a magical pet that cast different spells that will help you in the battle. There will be a competitive mode where NFT holders will be able to play and win prizes, depending on their position on the global ranking. We create different skins of all elements of the games, weapons, characters, Inugi, and these will also be NFT. And you can win them by doing mission on the battle pass or buying them. You can sell them in the marketplace, and these NFT are limited. Our mission is to create the first decentralized NFT esports game where you can use NFT from other projects, for example, Aegir Tactics, Alchemon, and you can put this NFT in the game. User will vote on the future development decision, and Ganit isn't a speculative game. There will be a utility token, but it will not be tradable on DEX. To avoid the financial speculation, these speculators destroying the game, we will soon release the demo so you can play with your friends in tournaments where you win rewards in Algo. To do this, you must go to the website and register to the waiting list. I'm waiting for you.
All right, that was great. Thanks, man. I think this is definitely a great overview. Again, as I asked the other people, any immediate call to action or thing you want to share with the community? Just, I guess, go check out the website and get involved and hop in the Discord. Any other thing you want to share?
Yes, you can follow on our social media, and we need your help to more people know about Gani. Gani tried to be different of other NFT game and trying to get more utility for the NFT on the Algorand networks.
Amazing. Thanks a lot. And by the way, the Ganis team went through the Miami Accelerator and successfully graduated. So just want to send a kudos to you guys for being part of that program and successfully completed it. I think that's great. So thanks for that. And thanks for the update, Achilles. I'm really looking forward to more to come. Who else is there? All right, then I guess Gushland, you guys are up next. Why don't you introduce the project? You're definitely another one of the newest scammers, I guess. So maybe the community is not super familiar, although you did some like a drop and some cool stuff. So why don't you give a little bit of intro and updates about what you're working on?
Yeah. Hi, PG. I'm Marco. I work with the Gushiland project team, and yeah, we will give you an update on what we are working on. I think I will make a little introduction about.
Marco, we can't hear you very well. I think you're a little bit too far from the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, way better. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. So I will repeat. Hi everyone. I'm Marco. What I will do is give a little introduction of the project and like the main aspects of our project, which is Gushiland, and then talk a little bit about the game we are developing right now. So the Gushiland project is an ecosystem of games and will be an ecosystem of games and features that will be appealing for both hardcore gamers, casual gamers, and collectors. What we did when we started creating the project was to challenge the play-to-earn approach that regular NFTs projects have, and introduce an element of innovation by introducing the play-to-build approach. We want to create an ecosystem that is appealing to people that are inside the crypto world and also for people that are not familiar with it, making it simple to access and buy our NFTs and play our games. We started by creating the marketplace, which is now live, so you can buy your Gushis if you want at marketplace.gushi.land. And we have collected like a very positive reaction from our users. They are starting buying our Gushi and meeting them. And also a lot of people are telling us that they are starting in the crypto world because of our project, which is of course, as I said, based on the principle that we want to engage new people in Algorand and in this in the crypto world itself. Regarding the game, it will be called, the first one will be called Gushi Force, and is a turn-based strategy game in which two players will fight each other with a party of Gushi. Gushi are creatures that are shaped as an egg, and they fight each other with elemental powers. And the PvP component will be to the PvP component, we add a PvE element, which is the randomness of the ever-changing arena. Gushi will fight in, of course, as I said, an arena, and this arena will change periodically due to earthquakes that in our language, in the world building we are creating, are called land waves. And they will force players to reevaluate their strategy each turn. We already launched the alpha, which is at really early stage, and the game itself will release at the end of Q1 of 2023. Currently, the team is playing and play testing the Gushis and the interactions between Gushis, and the two arenas that will be available at launch, which are the Caldraco and the Cactus Arena, and you can find them on our Twitter. There are some sneak peeks of the images of the game in its early stages. The matches can last a maximum of 10 minutes, and the game will be playable on both iOS and Android. And yeah, that is mostly everything I have to say about our project.
This was great. Thanks, Marco. And again, encourage everybody to follow Gushland, join their Discord. I mean, you know the deal. It's that's the best way to get involved. And then just if you want to become a core community member, then just reach out to the people. That's the best thing you can do. So thanks for the update. I want to pass it on to Avatars. What's up, guys? Not sure who's again. It's hard for me to say who's in there, who's there speaking, but welcome. And why don't you guys give an update as well and share some good news with the community?
Hey, PG, it's always a 50% who you're gonna get, so no big either way. How are you all doing? You guys can hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is Mimo with Avatars. We've been, a quick overview, we've been around for the better part of a year and a few months now. We're back open with our beta after Decipher. It was a fun event. It's cool seeing you guys again. And we got a lot of big news coming around the corner. We're just working on a couple of big updates that we're going to announce pretty soon. But a quick overview of what the game is. It's a 4x4 card building deck strategy game. We actually have an open beta right now that you guys can all jump over to alvatars.net, sign up to a beta, get a link, and play test. We had some really fun Twitch streaming events that happened a couple days ago. But yeah, it's a fun strategy game. It's got staking. It's got a lot of strategy involved with this like rock paper scissors element. It's very dynamic, things happening every time, and it's a 4-player game. So we are actually able to play live with 4 different people. So it's a great opportunity to grab some friends who are unfamiliar with the crypto space, bring them on. That's kind of our vision with what we're trying to do with Avatars. We're trying to introduce the crypto gaming scene to gamers, not just crypto people. And we're very excited about our season 2 that's going to be launching late Q1 is what we're expecting to launch for season 2. And a lot of big things. It's just we're going to have to make an announcement very soon about this. I wish we could have done this here.
No, you guys have done amazing, and I had a lot of fun playing the game. I gotta tell you, it's tough. It's a tough one, but the animations and the logics and all the good work that you guys put into it, it was just amazing. So kudos to you guys again. Ask everybody any specific call to action. This is an open floor for all the projects, so that'd be great if you have anything to share on that side. Mimo, no, he got rugged. All right. Mimo, can you hear? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Can you? Could you repeat the question? Could you repeat the question?
Oh, there you are. Sorry, I was muted this time. Apologies. No, just like any specific call to action or anything, like a giveaway or any specific thing that you want to ask the community. This is the time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I definitely would love everybody who's in the space, if you guys are interested in getting your hands on a crypto game that's got an open beta, jump over to alvatars.net, click on the play now or sign up button, sign up, and you'll get a link to test our beta.
All right, that's exactly what I meant. Thanks a lot for sharing the updates. Let's see, Matt, you've been there for a little bit. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you're working on? And I know you're an accelerator as well. So how's that experience going? And tell us a little bit more about your project.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm from Zabava Labs. So we are building SoMove. And we are based in Singapore right now, so it's like 5 a.m. But happy to be here, of course, to talk to all the games. And thanks again to the foundation, yeah, and PG, for inviting us. So I'll probably give a little bit of background about the game. I think we kind of were in the Encode Hackathon towards mid of last year, and then that's where we met PG and Daniel Un and some of the other foundation people. So SoMove is a AR fitness dance game built on Algorand, and we kind of been around, I think, for maybe half a year right now. And we are also, like PG said, in the Algorand accelerator. And I think the game, how it works basically is that you use your webcam or your camera to kind of detect your movements. So you have music and very fast-paced musics, and typically it lasts around 3 to 4 minutes, and then you can dance with the music, and then you have to move your body to match some of these movements on the screen. So I think some updates with the game. I think we initially started on Android and mobile Android and Windows, but then we want to make sure that a lot of people can actually play it. So what we did was that we now moved over to browser based, so anyone can use it as long as you have a laptop or a desktop with a webcam or camera. And also we had some feedback that maybe the initial loading part wasn't fast enough, so we optimized that right now and really well. So hopefully now it's really, really quick for people to play it out. And then I think the call to action is just that we have a fitness SoMove kind of challenge right now going on. We had partnerships with a few game projects, but this one that we're partnering with for this fitness challenge is the Algorand. So one of the OG NFT projects. So if you guys actually join and burn 100 calories with the game itself, you guys stand a chance to win a Algorand NFT, and the rest will get some algo prizes. So check us out. Feel free to DM me if you wanna work on other partnerships. And yeah, I think thanks again for having me.
Oh, of course, and that's great to hear what you're doing with Algorand. Definitely gotta get onto that. I grew a crypto belly. That's how I call it. So I definitely need to burn some calories. So and that's another angle of just crypto games overall. It's not just like pure games as we see it. Is also like incentivizing people for good behavior and in a fun and engaging way. So kudos to you, man, for what you're building. Keep up the good work, and definitely. As you go through and graduate the accelerator, then I'm looking forward to working more together. I I know I want to call up stage Fractal Monsters, Battle Bears. Welcome. I think you guys are pretty new to the Algorand ecosystem, but I definitely want to again welcome you. But just first thing first, I'd love to get Fractal Monsters up on stage if possible. I know Parker, if you're out there, if you can request to speak, great. So yeah, thanks. I guess I don't see it. So, well, Butterbear, why don't you guys introduce yourself and welcome to the Algor fam?
Thank you. Thank you. We are not so new. We actually were runner-up to the hackathon a while ago, and we've been continuing developing our Battle Bears game ever since. We've been making mobile games since 2009 and have over 40 million downloads over the lifetime of Battle Bears on mobile. So we'd like to, introduce our new game to the Web3 space, and we had a great time competing in the hackathon and integrating with Wallet Connect and getting playable NFTs going. And we've been talking with various NFT marketplaces on the Algorand ecosystem to find a way to distribute our NFTs so that they can be playable in our game. Our game is very simple.
You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's just me. Is it me,
Sorry
guys,
about that.
or?
I'll keep going. I'll give it a
Oh,
try.
there you go.
Hopefully-
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know if it was just me, but
Okay.
I couldn't hear you for a little bit. So, but no, feel free to continue. Sorry.
Thank you.
Give us a
Thank you.
CPG.
So our game is simple. It's a 3v3 brawler top-down arcade game that runs on iOS and Android, and it's very similar to Brawl Stars meets League of Legends, but in a more simple, snackable way. So we call it a mini MOBA, and it's proving out to be really fun. We took some time to dedicate just to gameplay, and we got the core loop down. So we'd like to invite everyone here to test our game on iOS or Android. So just go to battlebears.com/beta and fill out the form, and you will get an email with the download links to play. And we play every Friday as a community, but you can play with our bot system anytime, and any feedback would be greatly appreciated.
Amazing. Thanks for that. And just like one quick question. So you said like you're doing the hackathon right now. What are your plans for just overall with Algorand on the NFT side, or and maybe you mentioned it as you broke up a little bit, so I missed it maybe. So apologies for that. But if you could speak a little bit to that end, that'd be great.
Sure. We're currently not in the hackathon because we already completed the hackathon back in 2020, early 2022. So we were runner up to Arash's company, I believe. So good to see him here as well. And we're currently just focusing on developing the game, and we're looking at wanting to get to know more Algorand partners to bring our game to the market. So whether it's through NFT marketplaces or other modes of support.
All right, you're definitely in the right place for that. So thanks for sharing, and looking forward to seeing the game. And I'll definitely sign up, and then feel free to reach out. Overall, happy to connect outside of this space. But I see Fractal finally on stage. You guys have a very exciting announcement. So welcome, and yeah, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much. It was struggle to get up here. I don't know what was going on. Twitter was fighting me today.
Elon, man, that's what it is.
It is. But I hope a lot of you guys know who we are. But for those who don't, we are Fractal Monsters. I'm Parker, or Dev P Daddy on Discord and Twitter. I'm a co-founder and software developer, and Dev Frackus, or James Ward, is another co-founder, and he's our actual game dev. I do more of the web development. But what we are is a monster taming game with a big emphasis on monster taming. So you'll take care of your pets, you'll feed them, and eventually they'll evolve and you can battle them. We now have a battle system going with controller support and everything. Eventually we'd like to do PvP, so that'll be a lot of fun in the future, hopefully really soon. But the big announcement that we announced it in our Discord, but for those who haven't seen it, We plan to release mainnet on January 30th, and we've been testnet for the last few months. I think since last August. So we've been testing a lot. We really want to get this right. We want to do good by the community. We want to make sure everything is secure. We want to keep you guys safe. We want to keep ourselves safe. So we're really trying to get that right. On mainnet, we're releasing plant packs. So these packs consist of 5 unique NFTs, sometimes in different quantities, depending on what they are. One of them is a guaranteed monster, and then the other 4 is an assortment of random items in different quantities. And that's done through our in-house shuffle system using smart contracts, which I think is really cool. I'm not sure anybody else has really done shuffle smart contracts, but I could be wrong, but I've been head down, so I'm not sure what's going on out there. 50% of this supply goes to tamer holders. So the tamers are our profile picture collection that was dropped a while ago. I can't quite remember what date it was, but basically this is almost like a collector's edition of the game. By holding a tamer, you'll get a free plant pack. So that'll be really good when the game comes out. And let's see, we're doing a white hat hacker event really soon on January 20th through the 22nd. Now, what that is an event where people can try and hack our system for good, basically. So we want people to try and break it. We want to find all the bugs. We want to find all those security flaws. And there is a lot of rewards on the line for that. So we have about 60K algo of rewards for those of you who can basically break our stuff. So that's really good, really exciting. I really love this event because it keeps us safe, keeps you guys safe. So that's good. One big thing that we've really done recently that we want to highlight is we've really tried to reduce onboarding friction. So to do that, we actually came up with a new wallet called Frac Wallet. And basically how it works is really similar to MyAlgo, I believe. Our site will generate you a wallet and it'll generate the keys. It'll force you to write them down or save them however you prefer. And then you'll enter them to verify that they're correct. And then once that's done, it saves those keys encrypted in your local environment. So super safe. We never see the keys. It's all locally done. They're encrypted with your user password, very similar to how my Algo wallet is, where you input a password. And what that does for us is it allows us to sign transactions with your password. So it's really easy for new users who don't really know what a wallet is or how to make a wallet or where to make a wallet. So that should really help onboard users who are used to Web 2. So basically, we're allowing Web 3 to be more like Web 2, so that way those who aren't used to it can still play the game. For example, our artist, his name is Roz, he's great, but he doesn't really do much in Web 3. He's very head down building. So we use him as our tester for this tool. And he was able to, make a wallet, sign some transactions with his password, get a monster from our testnet shuffle, and play the testnet version of the game. So that's great. Another feature that this will have is we're trying to partner with a fiat on-ramp. So that way you never have to actually leave our site to fund your wallet. So that'll be really good. I think we're in talks with a few to figure out which is the best for our users, but we've got that pretty much built out already. So that'll be really good because then you never have to leave the Fractal website at all. So it'll be super seamless for new users. Aside from that, I'd love to have you guys check out the Twitter and the Discord. We always have big announcements in the Discord and the Twitter. Again, we're going mainnet. We're launching on January 30th. That's when the shuffle is. There's total supply is 4,096 monsters. Half of that goes to tamer holders. So if you're not holding a tamer, you might want to look at getting one because that could be a guaranteed monster if you're not too into public shuffles. But the other half of the public shuffle, or the other half of the supply will be in the public shuffle. I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
All right, so get your algos ready, guys.
That's
definitely
right.
very exciting here. I don't know if there's any questions. I wish, going back to Elon, I wish there was a way to get AMA that was not on comments. I guess I can ask you this, man, because like you guys have been around as well for a little bit. So I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked to Cliff. Any lessons learned, insights just tips you want to give away to both on like as an algo community member and as a builder. I think that would be precious. So if you feel to like sharing, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I did forget to mention is that there is an exploration part of the game, so you can explore to find items, and so that's how you'll keep your monsters happy and healthy. But tips wise, I do think it's important for especially gaming projects to really focus on the game first. I think that's pretty important. We want to have a fun game for you guys to play aside from crypto. We want people to want to play the game even though even if it wasn't Web3. So that's really important to us, and that's why we've stayed in testnet for so long, to make sure everything is spick and span, fun, secure. So that is a big thing I would recommend, is use testnet. It's there for a reason, and it's really, really helpful.
Well, 100%. Thanks for that. And we're wrapping up. 15 minutes left, I guess. Also, because I got to hop off, unfortunately, guys. But I see the Ally team is here. What's up, guys? Wanna give an update as well?
Yeah, speaking of focusing on the games first, Alloy is it's truly a gaming platform that supports Algorand as a chain and decentralization as a sort of principle and concept. And we do what we can to leverage and get benefit from decentralization and the game theory around that. But we are our sort of our portfolio of titles is composed largely of just regular fun games, and they were our early partnerships were chosen specifically for games that people are playing and that we think are fun, games that we want to play ourselves. We basically, it's a little bit selfish. We just wanted to play some of the games that are on Alloy. That's not such a, is that such a bad thing? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Alloy is, hard at work. It's some of the hardest working developers I've truly ever seen in my life. And I say that as somebody who's, came up in SaaS and gaming. We are well on the way to launch, but we have our Discord server I can point you all towards. If you go to cutt.ly/playalloy, that should send you to our Discord server, and we're also at PlayAlloy on Discord. And we are just excited to get this thing out to the public, and we'll have much more on that soon, but we really appreciate being part of the community.
Right on. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. And I personally know you guys have some of the hardest working devs on the team, so keep up the good work, and thanks for sharing. Shosha, I'm not familiar with you guys, but welcome. And I see you're located in Planet Algorand, so you're definitely part of the family, I guess. But why don't you give us a little bit of intro about what you're doing?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Well, Shosha is a project that we started. Shosha is the name of our token, and our first game that we are creating is Slaughter. Now, it's an immersive first-person shooter that allows players to compete head-to-head and earn tokens by defeating other players. So you can think of it like this. So it's a first-person or a third-person shooter. You can switch between them. So if one player shoots the other player, for example, you and I are playing. You shoot me, I die, you get my tokens. This is the basic idea of what we have. We will do this with the shooter. We will have racing, and we're building it now. We're building it now for, I think, a little bit less than a year. We are busy with it, and we're having a great time with it. It's a lot of work, Everybody's talking from we're doing this, but people forgetting that it's really a lot of work. It's difficult, but we're getting it done. We're getting further and further. We have now also the NFT marketplace, which is coming up this quarter. Then people can buy the weapons, and custom-made characters will also be there. And yeah, that's basically it for now. What we're doing. We're now working with Unity, Wallet Connect integration, fixing all the bugs. That will be version 2, because the version 1 was the demo. Everybody could already play it. Still, people can play it, and we will switch to the Unreal Engine. I think in the 3rd quarter of this year, because Unreal came out with the Unreal Engine 5. Great graphics, and a lot of options. Yeah, so that's basically it. What we're doing at the moment.
Thanks for sharing, and very nice to connect. And yeah, I mean, Unreal 5 it just looks unbelievable, honestly. So very excited to see what comes. Guess we're at the end of it, guys. I hope I was able to give some space and some time to everyone. If you feel I neglected you, first of all, I apologize. Second of all, this is the time for you to request speaking. So if you want to do that. In the meantime, a little bit of housekeeping and announcements. I think it's pinned up there, but make sure to join AlgoFest on January 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. Dean, help me out here. I don't see it pinned, but you told me it was. So guys, just check it out.
January 26th.
Oh, 26, sorry. I'm
is
not able to see it, although you're telling me it's pinned up there. So I guess it is. So, but definitely make sure to join that. And then it's it's like about the broader Algorand ecosystem. It's not just about gaming, but it's a great way to just hear out from the community and also from the foundation. Any last remarks, Dean? Any last announcement? Otherwise, I guess we can wrap it up.
No, I think that's it. Thank you for hosting the space. It's great to hear about all the projects, obviously, and I think there's obviously a few new faces. If anyone hasn't spoken to us before from the guild, like reach out so we can follow you. But otherwise, I think like holding these spaces regularly will be great going forward.
Absolutely, that's the goal. Also, yeah, I guess a little bit of housekeeping for everybody. The goal is to run these every month, and if we see we need to update you guys more often, and just or if there's any specific thing we want to communicate, then we might run it every other week. But I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thanks to all the speakers. It's been great hearing from you. Yeah, hope you had a great time, and now you know your homework, which is go play some games and have some fun.
Thanks for having us. Really appreciate the platform.
Absolutely. And enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Or like Matt, if you just woke up at 5 a.m., maybe just go back and take a quick nap. But thanks again for joining. And yeah, looking forward to the next space. Cheers.
Cheers. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.